Obviously, all of you are out there every day trying to raise the bar, trying to bring standards to young people, trying to help them to live a life that is above the norm. What are some of the best strategies that perhaps Youth for Christ or other organizations are using in order to reach out to young people?
I think we go back to what Dan said earlier, and just the need for significance and the need to have a voice. And I think what we've been talking about before, it's so easy to drown in everything you see from technology and everything that's going on in our world. They really need a voice. And so particularly with the Center for Tomorrow's Leaders, having the opportunity to meet with leaders to tell them concerns and to be able to work for a cause. So you're not just reacting, you're actually being proactive, and I think that's huge.
How important would you say faith is to helping young people be able to navigate life, being able to succeed and make it every day?
I think it's probably the most significant thing. What you put your faith in is ultimately going to direct the way you live and behave. It's going to affect every other view that you have, and so you know, helping to make sure that kind of their focus is on that. You know, with all the other voices in the world kind of yelling at them and trying to direct them here and there and everywhere, being able to kind of help them refocus on what is real, what is true, what is life really about, where have you put your trust.
A lot of times we hear today that young people are closed to religion. Certainly, many of them are closed to traditional forms of church and so forth. Well, what are you finding out there as you work directly with teenagers? How open are they spiritually when we're not thinking merely about religious tradition? I mean, are they open to considering spiritual values?
I think more so than ever, kids are really exploring the spiritual realm of life, and they're very open. They're looking for answers. They're looking for something to center themselves on. I think this is a great time. We have a great opportunity right now.
And how do you navigate the requirements of our society to be pluralistic, to be non-religious in education, and yet share with young people the meaning of life? Do you find ways to be able to do that without causing any conflicts?
I think for me, it's always a challenge. And it's even kind of funny to bring it up here, but to try and be humble as somebody coming into their lives and presenting a specific view on life or worldview, and to be humble. And I say this all the time to the students. I say, look, here's what I think about this, and here's where I'm at in studying scripture and history and life and whatever, but I may be wrong. And you're free to disagree with me. We're free to dialogue. You know, I want to be as open-minded. And so keeps that line of communication open. And I think that kind of tempers the that blow, if you want to, you know, kind of
so
put it that way.
When you're on campus in your campus life clubs, you're not there as an authority figure saying this is the way you have to go and so forth. Rather, you're stimulating dialogue and discussion, answering questions, and helping the young people think through the issues.
Right, absolutely. So I don't want to, you know, I always tell them I don't want to ever talk at them. I want to talk with them, you know, and I know that sounds really cliche, but it's so true. And I've had kids of all different walks of life, whether they've grown up Christian or they've grown up, you know, and been, you know, like in the homosexual culture or in a different religion, being able to provide an environment where they can openly discuss some of these controversial issues.
When you're out there in your programs, whether it's the military program, Campus Life, or the Center for Tomorrow's Leaders, are you alone as warriors independently, or do you collaborate with other people in trying to do good for our young people?
I think, Kaylee, collaborating with the community, with churches, youth groups, pastors, and all that, that's part of the DNA of who Youth for Christ Hawaii is. We need to do it.
I was just testing.
We're 4 people, and there's so many high school students out there, and we need so much help in this.
I know as we venture onto the military bases now, and Youth for Christ has received a couple of contracts already, and we take special care to make sure that we're balanced in our approach.
And I think that, you know, as you collaborate with community, that might be especially important to military kids who have to keep on changing their community, and they got to guess about when you know they're going to do that next, and that defines how they build relationships and everything. But there's a lot of people, whether they're Christians who believe in Jesus Christ like I am, or they're someone else that share the same missions. We agree that we should have life, and that it should be abundant, and that these kids are important and they're special, and we believe on basic, right and wrong, and those are places where we can come together.
That's
and
great
when
to
we
hear.
do, those kids, they know where I come from, and like Jordan says, if you know the culture and you know the adult culture also, then you can communicate with each other appropriately.
So clearly we're a Christian organization, but we want to work with everyone toward the common good. Really quickly, in just maybe 10 or 15 seconds, is there any way somebody watching today could get involved or help or volunteer?
It's very easy to get involved, Kaylee. If you have a telephone, pick it up. You can call our number. It's 946-1300. We have a website you can go to. It's www.yfchawaii.org. You can come by, just send us an email or call us up, and we'll be happy to get you started.
Well, that's great. You've all been fantastic today. I've enjoyed talking with you, and I just really want to say thank you for serving the cause of Youth for Christ and serving the community. And I'd say this to those of you watching, these are real heroes. Well, as we come to the end of our program, I want to thank all of the panelists for sharing their insights into the world of today's teenagers and for their sharing their passion to impact the next generation in our islands. If you'd like to learn more about the various ministries of Youth for Christ Hawaii, I want to invite you to visit our website, as Dan said, yfchawaii.org. That's yfchawaii.org. I'd also like to thank you for taking the time to join us, and I hope you've gained some new insights into today's teenagers and have been as encouraged as I am to hear how YFC is making a difference in our community. I'm Keli'i Akina, President of Youth for Christ Hawaii, and this has been another edition of Giving Aloha on Olelo. Aloha.